Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the programme tonight, Tanushree Dutta, the Bollywood actor who had spoken out from day one on how she was allegedly a victim of sexual harassment, has now gone to the police with a complaint against the actor Nana Patekar. She's absolutely clear and consistent in her charges against the actor that dance moves were introduced in a 2008 film which were meant to allow Patekar to inappropriately touch her. The fact of the matter is that there are witnesses to what happened that day. Tonight, Tanushree Dutta's lawyers speak to us. Nana Patekar or his lawyers have either not responded or chosen not to be a part of this program. All this comes as further examples of sexual harassment emerge in Bollywood, all perhaps a part of the worst-kept secret. The latest allegations against Vikas Bahl, the director of the critically acclaimed film Queen, with even Kangana Ranaut publicly stating that his behaviour towards her was not acceptable.
Around 2 weeks after she spoke up about alleged sexual harassment by co-star Nana Patekar, actor Tanushree Dutta has filed a complaint with the police. In a complaint to the Oshiwara police station in Mumbai, she has alleged that she was harassed in 2008 on the sets of the film Hon OK Please.
Yesterday, Tanushree Dutta has filed a complaint under section 354A, 509, 34 against this 4 person for registration of FIR against this 4 person. And yesterday the application has been submitted. The police officer has also been very positive. They received the application and they assured us that they will investigate honestly and they will give justice to her. If the police fail to register the FIR, then we will pursue the old FIR or we'll move private complaint or we'll move the writ petition before Bombay High Court for registration of offence.
The actor's lawyer says the police had refused to record her statement in a language she understood in 2008. Meanwhile, there are more allegations of sexual harassment in Bollywood, this time against Vikas Bahl, the director of the critically acclaimed film Queen, starring Kangana Ranaut. His partner in Phantom Films, filmmaker Anurag Kashyap, dissolved the company and said that they did act against Bahl but could not do much legally, and also because the victim did not want to make it official. Kangana Ranaut also spoke up in support of the woman and alleged that Bahl had behaved inappropriately with her too, allegedly burying his face in her neck and smelling her hair. While Vikas Bahl hasn't responded to the allegations against him yet, support has poured in for the alleged victims in Bollywood.
If a woman does feel unsafe in a working environment, I think that is anyway very wrong. No woman should be made to feel unsafe at where she goes to work, of course, and strict measures should be taken to make sure that a woman feels safe wherever she is.
देखिए अगर कोई आता है और उस बारे में चर्चा करता है जो उनके साथ पर्सनली हुआ हो, the least we can do is उनको सुने, उनको वो रिस्पेक्ट दें क्योंकि वो आसान काम नहीं है कि इतने पूरे दुनिया के सामने आकर वो बात कहना, तो उनकी बात सुने and at the same time it's also important to listen to the accuser and the accused.
Many on social media are describing this as the Hindi film industry's Me Too moment, but the real challenge lies in proving these allegations in a court of law and holding sexual predators responsible and accountable for their actions. That still remains a challenge, but perhaps that will change, and this is the beginning. In Mumbai, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Well, joining us now, Nitin Satpute, Tanushree Dutta's lawyer. Thanks very much for being with us. The actor Mukesh Tyagi with us in the studio, and also Akash Deep, the film director and producer, joining us from Mumbai. Mr. Satpute, for Tanushree, it's been such a long and sad journey. Initially, whatever she told the police was perhaps diluted. And for many years, she kept saying the same thing, except nobody actually listened. What is different now? What has changed? And tell us about what she feels now that that new police complaint has been lodged.
In the year of 2008, during the period 23rd March to 26th March, there was a film, one song was, she was on the shooting, and that time one song was given for a dance performance. And during that dance performance, it was a solo dance. Nana Patekar was not there in her dance. One line was given, only one line was given to the Nana Patekar, and he has to perform solo also. There was no joint combined dance. So even that was not a part of the rehearsal. So the rehearsal was done, and when the shooting was started on 23rd March, that time Nana Patekar tried to teach her dance, even though he was not a choreographer. Tanushree Dutta has raised her objection with the producer director that time, and said that why he is teaching dance to her when he is not a choreographer. And she raised her objection, but the director producer has ignored her complaint and supported Nana Patekar. On the contrary, when the she
So what
to,
have you gone to the
perform
police
her
with
dances.
today? Mr. Satpute, what are your specific charges? Under what charges do you believe that Nana Patekar should be tried?
Yeah, the section 354, 354A, 509 and 34 against the 4-person Nana Patekar.
So what are these charges, sir? For our viewers, what are these charges?
354 for sexual harassment and outraging modesty of the woman. She has filed a complaint yesterday against this 4-person. In fact, the FIR was lodged in the year of 2008 also, and police has refused to write her complaint. Police has refused to write her statement that time. She threatened her, if she writes, she takes the name of the Nana Patekar, she will be in trouble.
Okay.
So they conveniently they removed the part from her statement.
Yes.
Therefore, she refused to sign, and her father has lodged the FIR, and the FIR was lodged only for the.
Okay, sir. One moment.
Yeah.
You've said lots of points. I want to go across to Mukesh Tyagi. Mr. Tyagi, these are extremely serious allegations. Absolutely. She was not allowed to. Her lawyer mentions to actually file it in a way that she wanted to in the past. Yeah. How do you respond to this? I mean, do you not believe that action should perhaps be taken against Mr. Patekar?
You see, such kind of complaints have a very serious ramification in terms of character assassination, the damage the actress suffers, and there may be some emotional moment where you have gone little haywire in terms of understanding the situation. You went to the police station, but I see there is no serious compliance of the law here. Number one, I'm not sure 354, there are 4 sections there, A, B, C, D, compoundable and non-compoundable. Which section they are subsection they are using, I'm not clear.
No, we'll get an answer to that. Mr. Satpute,
no, I'll just
which section?
Let me just complete 1 second.
354 and 354A.
354A, all right.
354 and 354A, both sections.
A and B both.
Yeah.
So which are non-compoundable. So fine.
No, A and B. Only 354 and 354A. It's a separate section.
Fine. Okay. Now coming to the FIR under section 154 of CRPC, you are supposed to get a free copy of the FIR in case the person is distorting. Marathi is not an excuse at all. I mean, she can get lot of support. I mean, she can go and she can bring her typed statement lodged with the police station.
So you are basically saying that she is lying, right?
So there is a whole lot of a compromise, suppression of facts, and after 10 years,
suppression of facts is what she is saying.
I think there is no clear evidence. Why didn't she lodge a proper
Immediately
FIR, and why didn't she make educated
She went to the cinema.
She has written a complaint to the
as well.
Senior artist has no criminal
There are
jurisdiction.
journalists who are present over there, sir.
Those fine, but they have no. Journalists also didn't carry forward the entire discussion.
But they are willing to perhaps testify. They've gone on Twitter and have spoken out point by point.
That's fine, but they did not follow the law. Why he's saying that her FIR was not completely filed? What did they do in terms of rectifying the FIR? They could have brought a typed entire application. And Tanushree Dutta, why didn't she take a receipt from the constable who sits outside?
She refused to sign. She refused to sign.
No, she can bring her own version in writing if she is giving a written thing.
Okay, Akash, I'll come to you in a moment, but Mr. Satpute, specifically over there, that there were legal infirmities. The manner in which Tanushree filed her initial complaint, Mr. Tyagi says, was not correct. How would you respond?
No. She has approached to the police
station.
She has given entire statement. No. That time in the year of 2008.
It is afterthought.
I'm not talking today. I'm not talking today. In the year of 2008, on 27th March 2008, she has approached to the Goregaon police station. She has given her statement. She has narrated entire incident, what has happened on the shooting.
So where is the copy of FIR? Where is the copy of FIR? You have a copy of FIR, sir?
You don't know.
Mr. Satpute, you have a copy of FIR?
I have copy.
Why don't you disclose the contents of FIR? You'll understand.
Are you unable to?
You are not highlighting. You are not highlighting the cameraman vandalized, which you are saying MNS goons vandalized. You are also not highlighting that the cameraman was beaten up by Tanushree's father. You are not highlighting that.
I am just mentioning.
You are not highlighting the contract where Nana Patekar was supposed to perform with Tanushree on the set, because it is subsequently proved by Rakhi Sawant's dance where there is a very intimate scene on the same song.
But she did not want to be part of that intimate scene in that dance.
She should have said that this is a breach of my contract.
She has refused to dance.
She was not obliged. She has said very clearly that she was not obliged to be part of that. Apparently, Nana Patekar was not supposed to be involved in that particular scene. She walked away. She did not. She said that there was a scene over there which was done so that Nana Patekar could allegedly inappropriately touch her. That is the core of her argument.
You see, inappropriate touch is a very subjective sensation. There is no law which you can
But if
track. I mean, Rakhi Sawant has no complaint, but she has a complaint.
No, but they are different individuals.
When she has informed to the
Fine.
producer
That's what
director
I'm
what
saying.
they
They are
are
different
It's a very
individuals.
subjective complaint.
But don't, let's not demean
No,
what
but
she
there
feels.
is no contract that
But
you
let's
will
not
not-
demean what she feels.
Sir, there is
and
no-
sir, with all due
But
respect,
there
the
has
other
to be-
point you say that this is an
No,
afterthought.
this is a
How bizarre
cinematic-
is that?
This is a cinema.
How is this an
This
afterthought?
cinema
If a
is
woman
lying.
after 8
Where is
years
the question
feels
of
that
afterthought?
something wrong has
That time
taken place,
cinema, sir.
she
No.
feels she needs to go
It is
back
the
to the
director-
police
that is the
station.
director's-
It is an afterthought.
Director wants a film in a manner. This director's prerogative, not the actor's prerogative. You have
The actress doesn't have a right
No,
to
Mr.
feel
Tyagi,
that
will
this
you
was
listen
done
to me?
deliberately
Mr.
for
Tyagi,
sexual harassment.
Then actor can say, I don't
Mr.
want to
Tyagi.
act. Simple as that. She's
Okay.
claiming her money.
Mr.
Why
Tyagi,
she's claiming
will
her
you
money?
All right,
5 lakhs rupees
she
claimed.
chose to
Will you
walk,
listen to me?
to
Walk
move
out,
away
but
over there.
Claiming
To
the
move away
damages.
over there.
Claiming the damages, then she should
All
have.
right, one second.
Yeah.
One moment. I
There's
want to
a
go
whole-
across to
whole lot of
Akashdeep as well.
disconnect.
Sir, is this actually, now that we've seen this case of Vikas Bahl also coming out, do you believe that some of Bollywood's worst kept secrets are now emerging? Whether it is allegations of sexual harassment or perhaps even the casting couch which has come up in the news in the past, that this Me Too movement is actually part of something which might reveal a lot more about Bollywood?
Yes, it will, Vishnu. I think couple of days back during some of the interviews I was doing on this topic, I thought that Bollywood has lost its second chance at this cleaning itself in this Me Too movement, but somehow it's picked up steam. And I would disagree only with one point of yours, that this is rampant in every office, in every
It is.
place
100%
in India.
100%
Bollywood
it
gets
is.
its extra share of highlight, and understandably so, and no excuses for that. I am not going to take a stand here that it happens everywhere else, so why Bollywood? I am going to say, end it in Bollywood. This is a great moment to clean our act. This case was not handled well the last time, and the fact that there was so much of legal discussion between Tanushree's lawyer and Mukesh Tyagi 2 minutes, 3 minutes back shows that this case needs to be investigated and we need a proper closure.
Right. But
there
sir,
is no way to ridicule Tanushree.
But don't
no
jump
girl
onto the
will
media.
Go up and
Make it a
stand up
media campaign.
and talk
If you
about
really
something
want to
like this being
investigate truth,
inflicted on
you
her.
should have followed the law. You jumped into the media.
Pardon?
You were running
What's
a media
wrong
campaign.
with it being
No, the
a media
media can
campaign?
at least
Media
highlight
can
The
done
media,
all
the
the
media
law.
doesn't
The
out
media doesn't
injustices in
investigate
this country.
I
You
agree with you.
this
Media
case.
can raise the
You
issue.
don't
Look at in the United States.
Why can't
Sexual
we
harassment
discuss these
happens.
things in the
So
media?
what's
File
wrong
a
with the
case
media
first.
outing this case? By the way, there is a gaze on the media
Mukesh,
right
why
now
we
from
can raise
people who are
these
part of
issues
the
in the
media,
media?
because this is rampant in my
Media
industry
should
as well.
support this issue, but they should highlight the systemic failure which is happening in Bollywood. There is no
Yes,
internal
yes.
committee of complaints in Bollywood.
I think that's what he's talking about.
No.
I think that is what he's referring to, and I
She has
take your
highlighted,
point.
she has
100%.
highlighted, yes.
Yeah.
I
She
take
has
your
highlighted.
point, and that's a
She has
valid
given complaint
point.
to the Sinta also.
That-
Sinta,
Akash
what
team,
Sinta
would you
has
like
done?
We are
to
not-
would you like to refer to
Vishnu,
that if there has to be
Vishnu,
a systemic
no, Vishnu,
resolution
I'd
to this
like to
problem,
tell,
Bollywood needs
Mr.
to do more.
Bollywood needs to move. Exactly. This is what
I
media.
think that's a fair point. I think it's a fair point.
Oh,
sir.
absolutely, and I will, Mukesh, and Vishnu, in fact, Sinta has admitted that this case was not handled in a proper fashion the last time around and has really taken this up this time around, and I hope we get a proper closure, and this is now, which would also mean setting parameters and rules and regulations so that a message is sent across to every other actor and technician who indulges in things like this, that it's wake-up call, you're going to be named, shamed and ridiculed, you're going to be banned by associations, so it's time, it's 2018, we talk of equality, let's get our act together, let people in Bollywood not say, oh, it happens everywhere, to hell with that, let's get our acts clean, that's it.
Nitin Satpute, what about evidence? This is the point that was being mentioned by Mr. Tyagi. I don't want to for a moment take away
Let
from
there be an
the hurt that
investigation, Vishnu,
Tanushree feels.
evidence will come out.
I don't, Mr. Satpute, for a moment want to take away from the hurt that Tanushree feels. And I don't want to belittle what she is saying. But in terms of evidence, are there those who can corroborate what she feels?
Yes. Hello. There is a strong evidence with me, and
Vishnu,
when
are
the
you
FIR was
asking me
registered at
this?
Goregaon police station, yeah, when you're asking me,
Yeah, Mr. Satpute, go ahead.
there is a strong evidence. There is a FIR was registered at Goregaon police station. the contention about the Nana Patekar sexual harassment is a little mentioned in that FIR in the statement of the father of the Tanushree Dutta. Immediately, very next day, she has written the complaint to the Sinta. She has detailed.
But why the charge sheet was not filed? If FIR was lodged appropriately, why
don't
the charge
interrupt me,
sheet
Mr.
was not
Tyagi,
filed?
don't
What
interrupt
did
me.
you
Don't.
do for not
I will
filing
reply.
the
I will
charge
reply.
sheet?
You just keep quiet. Just listen
One
to
sec,
me.
let him, and I'll come
Okay.
to you, Mr. Tyagi.
She has given
Yes.
written complaint to the Sinta. Sinta was hearing the matter. Sinta has closed their file. Thereafter, the director has removed from her film, from their film, and they have given the notice to. In reply, also she has mentioned in that reply she has stated that she refused to perform this vulgar song, and thereafter she was threatened she was pressurized and she was threatened. Therefore, she was under depression since the last many years, and she was went away from the film industry, and now she was started spiritual things. And meantime, there was one program. In that program, their question was asked, and in reply, she stated that something was happened in the year of 2008, and therefore media has approached her, and thereafter the Nana Patekar has issued a defamatory notice to her, and therefore she was compelled to come before the police station, and she was compelled to come before and given complaint to the police.
Mr. Tyagi, go ahead.
Yeah.
You see,
and there are more victims. They are coming forward. There are more victims. They are coming forward for the sexual harassment.
Let many victims
we will
come
produce them
forward.
before the police station.
Only judiciary
That's
is
okay,
appropriate
sir. That
jurisdiction
doesn't
which
take
will
your case.
determine whether who
What
is
do you know
guilty or
about
not.
judiciary?
If
What
Mr.
you are
Nana
talking
Patekar
judiciary?
is wrong, he should be hanged.
What do you
I'm
what
for the
judiciary?
justice.
It's a matter of the
But
police
truth-
investigation.
But truth should not be distorted because you have a women-centric sympathies.
You should
The
have
laws-
supported her being a woman.
No, but
she's
but-
a very innocent woman. You should have been an actor. You should have supported her.
Disadvantage of the laws. If you are trying to take disadvantage for your personal
why is he
aggrandizement.
taking- why is he taking
your
a
attitude of the
disadvantage
male
of the
dominating
laws?
system.
She's getting a whole
You want
lot
to
of-
impose the
you
male
don't
dominating
know.
system.
Maybe
Why
I'm
is he
all
taking
kind of-
advantage or
what do you know?
disadvantage of the laws?
There are a lot of advantages to celebrity.
Where is the question? Let the police investigate.
No,
Let the
you are
police
saying that
investigate.
she is alleging
Why you
that
are
she was
protecting him?
inappropriately
I'm
touched.
not
Let the
She was
police
a
investigate.
victim
I'm
of
not-
sexual
I'm
harassment
not-
because she's trying to make money, fame. What are you trying to
Sir,
say?
I'm not concluding anything, but there
No,
can
but
be
you are,
all-
sir. You are saying
no, but I'm
this
saying
in your
there can
own
be all
language.
possibilities.
You are,
They can-
no, right. So that's what you're suggesting.
yeah, I'm saying
right. You're
there-
suggesting.
these are my
Akashdeep,
conjectures.
isn't this something which is? I certainly think it's quite unfortunate that you would besmirch somebody's character and say or even suggest that she is trying this for fame. She is trying to bring Nana Patekar down for fame, and that she's trying to return or whatever it is. Isn't this exactly what needs to be
Sir,
fought? this
somebody
attitude?
alleges against you, for example, there's a lady who alleges against you, your character will be assassinated
Mr.
forever.
Tyagi, can I answer
and
now?
maybe after you're
Mr.
acquitted,
Tyagi, there
look
are
at
many-
the
there are many
Dominic
victims.
Strauss-Kahn
Mr.
of
They are
the
coming
Vikas
forward.
Bahl
No, but to
trial.
assume that
They will
anybody
also
is
lodge
trying
the FIR.
to do that
Possibly
for
there
name
are
of fame.
frivolous
Speak,
implication.
please.
I can tell you a number of high court cases where the women have frivolously
You don't
lodged a
say any
complaint
number of
rape.
high court
Akashdeep,
Mr.
how would you respond
give you
that
citation
these
right
are
away.
frivolous
Back
cases
again
which
to
can be
sparring.
made? He believes that this is frivolous, or it could
Possibly
potentially
this is a frivolous.
it could potentially be
I'm
frivolous.
not saying it's a frivolous, possibly it's a frivolous.
Akashdeep, go ahead.
You just treat her as your daughter, your
I
sister,
agree with you.
and then you will feel that.
Mr.
Discussion. I
Satpathy,
don't
I'm
agree.
giving you citation. You can see Rohit Bansal
Mr.
and others
Tyagi,
versus state.
can I
No,
speak,
I'm sure there
please?
would be many cases where
Frivolous
frivolous
implication
cases
is
would
possible.
be.
That's
But
what I'm
all I'm
saying.
trying to say is that why, but to suggest that she is being frivolous is offensive. Why would she do this?
Possible. I'm not saying that
Is there,
it is
is
also
there not,
possible that
is there
Nana
not a
Patekar has not
history
done
of that
anything.
vehicle of hers
Vishnu.
being attacked? Are there not people who have actually witnessed what has happened?
Vishnu.
Is there not a case of her
No, witness is
storming
not
out of that
conclusive.
particular scene when she didn't want to do it? Isn't there consistency in what she has said?
But
when
wi-
she spoke to that journalist, a journalist who has tweeted each one of
I'll
those
tell you-
points
I'll
mentioned
tell
by
you
her.
the gaping-
How
gaping-
is there inconsistency in
There
what
is
she is saying?
inconsistent in journalist statement. She went after the event was over.
So,
now she is saying
she was
looking-
there at the event, she
no,
saw
she
it.
didn't see Nana Patekar molesting her or sexually harassing.
She
has
was
not
on
seen
the
it.
sets and she heard and
No,
she
sir.
saw what
She
happened.
heard, but she did
right.
not see.
And Tanushree then met her.
She has not
and
seen it.
Tanushree said exactly what she has said now.
But she didn't carry
There is
forward the
consistency
story.
on that.
She kept quiet afterwards.
But she is now
But
she is now a
Tyagi,
witness.
Mr. Tyagi, Vishnu, can I come in here, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Keeping quiet
Go ahead,
doesn't mean that
Akashdeep.
you are allowed to
Akashdeep.
Vishnu,
do
can I come in
anything.
here, please?
Everybody, 1 second. Akashdeep,
Yeah,
quickly.
Vishnu,
I need to
please.
move on. Yeah,
Vishnu, they're just talking non-stop. They don't allow anybody else to talk.
Akashdeep, go ahead.
Yeah, Vishnu, what I would like to tell them very point blank is, I completely disagree with this part of the argument of Mr. Tyagi, because it is absurd to make these statements, Mr. Tyagi. Obviously something has happened, because the girl has not walked out of the film. She's walked out of the glory and of her career for a decade.
Industry.
So do not think that nothing happened. Something must have happened. Okay, we cannot pass verdicts, Please allow a neutral investigation to happen. Already you are making statements that being a girl, she's playing the girl emotional card, and maybe she's playing a victim card. Let's not bring these dialogues up. Let's have a neat and clean investigation.
Yes,
this should have happened 10 years back. It's a shame on Bollywood that they're waking up after 10 years.
Yeah.
They should have got a nice closure 10 years back. Now if it's happening again, if Tanushree is taking advantage of the Me Too movement, she should not be singled out or made to, or people should not be made to believe that she's using this media attention for something else.
Weaken the Me Too movement.
Because of the Me Too movement, she's got the guts back. We have a more proactive media now. I think everybody's taking up the case. Nobody's passing judgments. On channels, we are not saying Nana is wrong. We are saying with this never got a closure. Let there be a neutral investigation. Tyagi ji,
okay, I think that's a fair way. That's a fair way for me. I think Akashdeep, that's a fair way for me.
That's wrong.
To actually close this debate, there needs to be closure in this case, and hopefully sooner than later that's going to take place. One way or the other, these allegations are very serious, and on the basis of this police complaint, they will be looked into. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining us